Alright guys, we're back. Hopefully y'all had some funny discussion, bringing up some memories, and not to romanticize things, but really just to observe the insanity that we've all been through, you know. It's alright to keep it light sometimes. So now I want to kind of tie it in together, and when we're talking about distance till empty, the real topic that we're discussing is knowing your capacity, right? So there's a lot of components to this, but in this situation we're talking about knowing how much you have left and also knowing what you can and can't handle. So CrossFit is all about capacity. It's all about increasing capacity. Sobriety actually is all about capacity as well. So function, capacity, sobriety, CrossFit all goes together. I'm only capable of so much when I'm drunk, you know. I'm not capable of being a good dad, a good husband, a good brother, a good son. I'm not capable of being a good employee or a good boss. I'm not capable of being good at much whenever I'm wasted. You know, I'm not even capable of really taking care of me. So the restoration of sobriety and sanity is really a restoration of capability. And the restoration of fitness is actually the restoration of capability as well. That's where CrossFit kind of dominates the fitness scene, because it's not about what you look like, it's about what you can do. And that's what we're trying to do, is make you more capable so that you can enjoy life, so that you can do things, so that you can be productive, and so that you can help people. So that's what it's all about. And when we're talking about knowing your capacity, we're also talking about knowing what you're capable of, but also what you're not capable of, you know. So by doing these CrossFit workouts and testing ourselves on a regular basis, we always know what we can and can't do. There's a story I tell that has to do with this sort of situation. We were in California like 3 years ago, and we were making our way up a stream from rock to rock. And the week before at the gym, we had done max broad jump. A broad jump is just jumping as far as you can off of 2 feet. Well, there was a set of rocks, and in order to get to the other side, I had to jump off 2 feet to get there. There was no way. And because I had done that very recently, knowing how far I was able to jump, I could estimate, yeah, that's within my range, and I was able to complete that leap and make it across the water. Now, if we take it to another place, you know, our capacity also has to do with the things we can deal with emotionally and spiritually. You know, rehab, treatment, AA is all designed to sort of take out a lot of the stuff in our lives that is like more than we can handle. And a lot of times when we're in our addiction, we take on a lot more than we can handle, whether it's relationships or whether it's stuff. Kind of dealing with that right now, trying to just get rid of things because it's just taking up too much space. Also, when we think about certain friends that we hang out with, or certain, like, you know, I early in sobriety, I couldn't hang out at a bar, you know. I couldn't go sit around with a bunch of guys that are popping pills or doing dope. Like, that was beyond my capacity. And because I knew that that was beyond my capacity, I was able to avoid those situations. I didn't have to actually screw up to know. Now, sometimes you do need to screw up to know, and that's fine too. But being aware of that limitation, being aware of what we can and can't handle, and I really like the application emotionally. It's like, what I learned early in recovery is like, I can't get too mad, I can't get too sad, I can't get too hungry, I can't get too tired. Like, I know what I can handle and what I can't handle. And one of the beautiful things that recovery taught me was that I was in control of those things. Once I reached a certain point of fatigue or hunger or anger or frustration or irritability, it felt like it was beyond my control. I couldn't stop those emotions, and that's when I ended up using. But I did learn that I was able to control what put me in those moods. And so it's like taking a step back. That's really the point. That's really the lesson that we're trying to focus on here, is how important it is to be aware of the things we can and can't handle. And the program helps us to be aware of that, and it helps us by also seeing other people. And in this workout, you're going to have an opportunity to test your capacity. Once you know what your capacity is, further in the future, as you start approaching different workouts, just having this knowledge of your ability is going to go a long way. All right, so this is so for today's workout, what I want you to do, I want all you guys to, we're going to learn the back squat. I want you guys to find your max back squat. That's going to give you some information on your strength. How strong are you? What's the max of your capability? This is going to give you some information that you can use further on down the road. And then as soon as you guys get that, I want you guys to find your fastest 500-meter row time. All right, so you guys can take turns. This should be about a minute and 50 seconds to like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, somewhere in there. And you guys find out what your fastest 500-meter row is. All right, trust me, this information is going to come in handy as you continue to do these workouts, but it's also just good to know about yourself as well. All right, so you guys have a good time. I'm gonna put the SobrietyWoD for you guys that are keeping up with those at the bottom of your worksheet, and we'll see you next week.